So, for example, a child who follows all the rules and doesn't speak up, they might be labeled as good, while a child who questions authority or expresses strong emotions might be labeled as bad. My name is Christy Kolev, and I'm a licensed mental health counselor and a teen expert with over a decade of experience. Today, I want to talk about a common misconception that I see often: the idea that there are good kids and bad kids. Let's dive into why this way of thinking is flawed and how it impacts both our parenting and our kids. So, first, there's a misconception around good versus bad kids. The terms good and bad are often used to describe children's behavior, but these labels can be harmful and misleading, not to mention they're also made up. Nothing is inherently good or bad. That is just a value that we place on things and a judgment that we place on things. When we say a child is good, they usually mean the child is obedient or submissive or people pleasing. On the flip side, a bad child is often one who struggles with behaviors or engages in what might actually be developmentally normal but challenges adults. So, for example, a child who follows all the rules and doesn't speak up, they might be labeled as good, while a child who questions authority or expresses strong emotions might be labeled as bad. So, let's talk about why this thinking is flawed. This binary or black and white thinking is flawed for several reasons. One, it ignores individual needs and developmental stages, or in essence, the nuances of your kid. Every child is unique and develops at their own pace. Labeling them as good or bad ignores their individual needs and their natural stages of development. It's kind of like this blanket label, and it doesn't allow us to really get to the root of any behavior or understand the cause of any behavior. It also could reinforce unhealthy behavior. So, labeling children as good for being submissive or people pleasing, let's say, that can reinforce unhealthy behavior patterns, like neglecting their own needs or struggling to set boundaries, especially in the future. It also could stigmatize normal developmental behavior. So, behaviors that are completely normal for a child's developmental stage, like testing limits or asserting independence, are often mislabeled as bad. It can impact your kids' self esteem too and their self image. When children are constantly labeled as bad or that their behavior is bad, it can really impact their self esteem and lead to long term emotional and psychological issues. Even labeling a kid as good can be harmful because it puts the pressure on them to maintain that label of being good. They want to stay in that goodness. Also, remember, anything that can be good can just as easily be bad. There's a converse to each side. So it could be tricky territory. Let's try to understand behavior in context, right? Instead of using labels, it's important to understand children's behavior in the context in which it's happening. So, here are some key points to consider. Behavior is usually communication, right? What is labeled as bad behavior is actually a form of communication, children expressing their needs, their frustrations, and emotions through their actions. It's crucial to look beyond the behavior and understand the underlying message. Also, developmentally appropriate behavior. What might seem challenging or bad to us adults can be completely normal and expected in a child, depending on their developmental stage. So, understanding these stages can really help us respond more effectively. Know what your kid is supposed to be going through at that time and what is expected from them with their mood and their behavior. The role of environment and external factors also plays a factor in here, right? A child's behavior is often influenced by their environment and external factors like family dynamics, school stress, social pressures. So, recognizing these influence can help us address the root causes of their behavior. So, I want to share some practical tips for how you can shift away from labeling your kids and judging them and instead maybe supporting their healthy development. So, here are some ideas. One, practice empathy and understanding. This is always going to be a good skill. So try to see the world from your child's perspective. Understanding their feelings and experiences can help you respond in a way that's empathic versus than just using frustration. When you empathize, you're more likely to address the root cause of their behavior rather than just reacting to that surface behavior and labeling it. Second, describe behavior in factual terms instead of using judgments. So instead of labeling behaviors as good or bad or whatever other judgment, describe what you see in neutral, factual terms. So, for example, say, I notice you left your toys out after playing, rather than you're so messy or you're such a mess. This approach helps kids understand specific actions without feeling judged. Third, understand what is behind the behavior. So dig deeper to understand the motivations or needs behind your child's behavior. Are they acting out because they're tired, because something happened to them? Are they seeking attention? Recognizing these underlying factors can help you address the real issue more effectively. Then, of course, reinforce positive behavior. So, focus on reinforcing positive behavior rather than just punishing negative behavior. We know from research that this is far more effective in shaping your kids' behavior. Praise your child for their efforts and achievements, no matter how small. For example, I'm really proud of you. You cleaned up your room today, instead of focusing on when they don't. And of course, modeling healthy behavior. Children learn by observing the adults in their lives. So, model the behavior you want to see in your kids, such as managing your own emotions, setting healthy boundaries, communicating effectively. Show them how to handle frustration calmly and how to resolve conflicts peacefully. Remember, there are no good or bad kids, only kids who are learning and growing. By shifting our perspective and understanding their behavior and context, we can support their development in a healthier, more positive way. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more parenting tips. And as always, feel free to share your thoughts and experiences in the comments below. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.